Today on People Now, Matt Lauer's rape accuser Brooke Nevils slams his open letter.
I just feel like it's time that we stood up and said, you know, we're not going to take this anymore.
Gingers reunite. It's Prince Harry and Ed Sheeran. We can't handle it.
Is Rihanna getting ready to walk down the aisle?
Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin want a double date with another famous couple. Find out who.
Actress Penelope Ann Miller joins us live to talk about her new Lifetime movie.
And Wells Adams joins us with his take on the brunch must-have, Bloody Marys.
We'll drink to that. It's all today on People Now. Let's go. All right, happy Thursday. Welcome to People Now. I'm joined today by Brian Balthazar.
Hey there.
Happy to have you. How's your day going?
Very good. Good to be here.
Yes, well, we took a trip to the photo booth this morning. People Now has a photo booth. It's pretty epic.
It's official.
A little bit of People Now initiation.
These are the emotions you see me go through in a typical day. Joy, Vogue,
Joy when you wake
sadness.
up, you're
Yeah.
excited about the day.
Typical day.
Feeling sexy, and then just ultimate despair.
Right.
All right, we have a lot to get to today, so here's what you need to know and what's trending. Starting on a serious note, we have more on the rape allegation against Matt Lauer, with accuser Brooke Nevils criticizing his open letter where he denies raping her, calling it a, quote, case study in victim shaming. On Wednesday, Nevils released a statement which aired on NBC Nightly News, saying, quote, there's the Matt Lauer that millions of Americans watched on TV every morning for 2 decades, and there's the Matt Lauer who this morning attempted to bully a former colleague into silence. I am not afraid of him now, regardless of his threats, bullying, and the shaming and predatory tactics I knew he would and now has tried to use against me. Nevils also expressed gratitude to those who have shared their own stories after hearing hers. Earlier on Wednesday, Variety published details from Ronan Farrow's new book, Catch and Kill: Lies, Spies, and a Conspiracy to Protect Predators. In the upcoming book, Nevils alleges that Lauer raped her in his hotel room at the 2014 Sochi Olympics. She said, quote, it was non-consensual in the sense that I was too drunk to consent. It was non-consensual in that I said multiple times that I didn't want to have anal sex. According to Variety, Nevils confirms in the book that she had more sexual encounters with Lauer once the two returned to New York City, but claiming to Farrow it was completely transactional. It was not a relationship. The Ousted Today anchor penned a lengthy letter in response to the allegations, saying the encounter in Sochi was the beginning of an affair with Nevils and, quote, the first of many sexual encounters between them over the next several months. In his letter, Lauer claims the affair, quote, showed terrible judgment on his part, but it was completely mutual and consensual. All right, moving on to something lighter. Take a look.
Guys, this World Mental Health Day, reach out, make sure that your friends, strangers, look out for anybody that might be suffering in silence. We're all in this together, all right?
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
We love these two. In honor of World Mental Health Day today, Ed Sheeran and Prince Harry are teaming up to make sure you're looking after yourself, your friends, and those around you. The two famous redheads released a video on Instagram on Thursday, encouraging people not to suffer in silence. But there was a little confusion at first on what exactly they were teaming up for.
People just don't understand what it's like for people like us.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Well, you know, like with the jokes and the snide comments, and you know, I just feel like it's time that we stood up and said, you know, we're not going to take this anymore. We are Ginger, and we're going to fight.
Okay, slightly awkward. This might maybe a miscommunication, but this is about World Mental Health Day.
So funny. After Ed realizes his mistake, he quickly deletes the title of his song Gingers Unite on his computer. Now, if you look closely, the screen also revealed the spoof video's proposed meeting outline, which says His Royal Highness Prince Harry and the King of Ginge, Ed Sheeran, get together to change the perception of people with Moroccan sunset hair. It's too good. They're clearly joking. We're sure Ed knew he was meeting with Harry about World Mental Health Day, but we do love how these two bond over their ginger status. On Wednesday, the royal and the singer teased their collab in a clip where Ed rings the doorbell and is greeted by Harry at the door. Harry then jokes, saying, it's like looking in the mirror, referring to how the pop star shares his statement red hair and is also wearing a gray polo shirt. All right, Rihanna already has a vision for her dream wedding gown. The Fenty founder is the face of Vogue's November issue, telling the mag that she'd, of course, have her dress designed by John Galliano, but that it would be a collaboration. Rihanna also seems to confirm her relationship with Saudi billionaire Hassan Jameel, saying, quote, yeah, I'm dating. I'm actually in an exclusive relationship for quite some time, and it's going really well, so I'm happy. Well, we are very happy for her. The singer even gets real about her stance on having kids. After being asked if she wants to have any, she replies, without a doubt. And the revelations don't stop there. Rihanna also confirms that she turned down the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl halftime show earlier this year in solidarity with former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, saying this, I couldn't dare do that. For what? Who gains from that? Not my people. I just couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler. She goes on to add, there's things within that organization that I do not agree with at all, and I was not about to go on and be of any service to them in any way. Well, she may not be performing at the Super Bowl, but Rihanna is still keeping busy. Her latest venture, a coffee table book that is packed with fashionable photos of herself throughout the years. And as for the release of her next album, she tells Vogue it's, quote, pending. So I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Come on, Rihanna.
I know, come on. Miley Cyrus is on the mend with a little extra care from her new beau, Cody Simpson. The pop star revealed on her Instagram stories on Wednesday that she's back home after undergoing tonsillitis surgery. She posted this photo of herself hugging Cody from behind with the caption, "She made it home, recovering from surgery, send all the vibes." Wow, so this is a thing, Brian. They are fully dating.
It's real.
Cody posted his own photo in celebration of Miley's return. She can be seen wearing a sweatshirt that has freedom written on it. He captioned that post, "My sick girl, finally free." Now, Cody has been by Miley's side throughout the ordeal. He got her flowers, even serenaded her with a new song written in her honor. Whoa.
This is fast.
I know. Miley posted a video to her Instagram stories of Cody performing the song for her in her hospital bed, writing in part, "Suddenly I am feeling much better." Though she only shared a short clip of the song, she teased that a full version of it might be available soon. Apparently, she's been pressuring him to drop it next week. Miley and Cody have been spending a lot of time together lately, including a movie date on Sunday and a steamy makeout session at Backyard Bowls in West Hollywood on October 3rd. As you do, live your life.
Of course.
The new romance follows Miley's back-to-back breakups, first with Liam Hemsworth and most recently with Caitlyn Carter. She and Caitlyn ended their whirlwind romance 3 weeks ago, while Miley and Liam announced they were ending their 7-month marriage back in August. All right, we are moving on. Did you know that today is National Handbag Day? I mean, didn't know it was a thing, but we're going with it.
All right, to celebrate these trendy accessories, you hold everything, and we want to know, okay, what's the one item that is always in your bag? Is it lip balm, money? Maybe you always have tissues on hand. My mom did. Or you might like to keep gum in your bag just in case.
What's yours?
Well, I don't have a man purse. I'm not against it, but in my backpack, I always have lip balm. If I don't have lip balm, I feel lost.
Well, it's a dangerous cycle.
Yes,
because once you apply, then your lips get more dry, and then it's just always
People
needing...
say, oh, that's addictive. I'm like, I could have worse problems. Like
That
an
is
addiction
true.
to lip balm is
And
your
if it's
biggest
the only
problem?
thing you need in a bag,
I
it's
got bigger
fine.
problems. Okay. Vote in our People poll, or if your choice didn't make it, tweet us using the hashtag People
Yes,
Now.
we'll check in on those a little later in the show. We were just talking about the new couple, Miley and Cody. We're very excited for it.
Oh, yeah.
So Brian, you have more for us on them in Star Trek.
Yes, Andrea, I do. Okay, we're kicking off Star Trek today with the possibility of one epic double date. As things continue to heat up between Miley Cyrus and Cody Simpson, it seems that another famous pop star, Justin Bieber, wants to go on a joint date with the new couple. On Wednesday, Justin left a comment on Cody's most recent Instagram, first writing, quote, "Your body is a wonderland."
Whoa.
Yeah, okay. Then Justin was back for more, writing double date, and it seems as though the 20-year-old Australian is on board to make some plans with the Biebs and his wife, Hailey Baldwin. He replied simply, "Text me." Justin and Cody have been friends for years, so we can't wait to see if this actually becomes a reality, but we may have to wait a little while, seeing as how Miley just got out of the hospital, as you know, for tonsillitis. Now, Bieber, on the other hand, is a little over 1 week out from his magical second wedding to Hailey in South Carolina. Since then, the newlyweds have been spending their days with romantic picnics in the park and couples massages. Not a bad life. You know, a double date with these four would be one for the books. Now, we'll keep you posted if and when it all goes down. Rosario Dawson and her boyfriend, Senator Cory Booker, are taking a break from the presidential campaign for a stop on the red carpet. They were all smiles on Wednesday at the LA premiere of a documentary narrated by Rosario called The Need to Grow. She stepped out in a mock neck floral dress, which seemingly fit the theme of the film. The shimmering sleeveless gown was made up of blue and white flowers, and she paired the look with pumps and a black blazer. Senator Booker kept things a little bit more casual, opting for a dark tartan blazer, white dress shirt, and jeans. Sharp-looking couple. Aside from taking individual photos on the carpet, the couple also snapped a few adorable shots, hugging one another. Look at them. The documentary comes from directors Rob Herring and Ryan Wyrick. It follows pioneers of some of the newest technology as they fight to localize sustainable food systems and try to save the Earth's dying soils. Important work. The film is available to stream for free through October 15th on the documentary's website. Rosario and Cory first met at a party for a mutual friend, but Senator Booker has hinted it wasn't love at first sight. He says at first, Rosario didn't give him the time of day. Rosario confirmed their relationship in March to TMZ, who caught her walking through an airport. Since then, both have openly gushed about their love, with Cory even hinting to RuPaul, of all people, that wedding bells might be in his future. We're looking forward to that. Now, Angelina Jolie's 18-year-old son, Maddox Jolie Pitt, is currently away at college in South Korea, and mom could not be prouder. In London on Wednesday, at the premiere of Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Angelina praised her son, telling Entertainment Tonight that he's grown up into such a good man. She added, quote, "I say that because he's smart and he's doing his work, but he's also wild. He's balanced in his teenage years." She even revealed that he got tattooed. I wonder what, okay. Angelina also opened up about how lucky she feels having her family join her on the red carpet as the movie premieres in different cities around the world. She says it, quote, "means a lot to see her daughter put on a beautiful dress and figure out the right heels and all that mom stuff." It's been a blast for Angelina, who says, quote, "it would get quite lonely if she was doing it all by herself." She adds, "It's never fun to focus on yourself anyway. When you're all taking care of each other and you're making a game out of it and it's just being silly, it's nice for me as a mom. It's moments." At the London premiere, she was joined by her 4 children, Knox, Vivienne, Shiloh, and Zahara. It was a true family affair, and although Maddox couldn't attend the premiere on Wednesday, Angelina did get to reunite with her son at the Tokyo premiere of the film. She previously told Extra at the LA premiere of the movie that she was 2 days away from a hug. So adorable that she gets so excited about that. Now, in another interview with ET, Angelina spoke out about watching her 6 kids grow up and head to college. She said, quote, "I just sent one off," adding, "I feel like my world expands as their world expand. I learned so much from them and I love this stage." And those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, stay with us. Penelope Ann Miller will be live on our couch. We've got everything you need to know about her new Lifetime movie, College Admission Scandal. Plus, Lauren Ash's favorite Superstore character and the weirdest thing she's ever read about herself on the internet. She is revealing all in just a bit.
To celebrate National Handbags Day, we've been asking you the important question: what's the one item that is always in your bag?
It's a very pressing question we have. I feel like lip balm, yes, for sure.
Lip balm.
And then money.
Money. It's funny that lip balm is ahead of money.
I don't know. Do you have money in your bag? Like
no,
actual money?
I'm a pocket guy. I don't even have a wallet. Just shove it in my pocket.
I don't even know the last time I had just money. I know I should. I always have my credit cards.
Right. Yeah, that's your wallet.
I guess that is money.
Yeah. And you can't buy lip balm without money.
That is very true. Right. Twitter user RSayer says, "My date book or calendar."
It was a date book. That's impressive.
A date book, okay.
Keep on voting, but for now, we move on to this.
All right, in this week's issue of People, we're highlighting women changing the world. You see here, Oprah graces the cover, and inside we spotlight everyone from athletes and teenage activists to actresses.
Like Evan Rachel Wood, who is working to give domestic violence survivors a voice. She's been working to change the statute of limitations for domestic violence crimes since she was prevented from pressing charges against her own alleged abuser, who she has not named.
Evan emphasized to us how abuse does not discriminate and why survivors need time to heal.
Domestic violence is one of those issues that it doesn't matter how rich you are, how poor you are, what color your skin is, what gender you are, what sexuality, it affects everyone across the board. And we really should be coming together on the issue. It's not a partisan issue, it's a people issue, it's a global issue, and it needs to be discussed more. I am a domestic violence survivor. But I didn't know that I was a domestic violence survivor until many years after the events took place. Mainly because we've created a culture of silence and shame around domestic violence. I was scared and confused about what had happened, and I really blamed myself. I was ready to sort of go to my grave with what had happened to me, until I realized that the person who had hurt me had also hurt a number of other women. I took it to an attorney and I said, "What can I do?" And they said, "There's nothing you can do because the statute of limitations has run out on your case." And I said, "But I have evidence." And they said, "It doesn't matter." And I said, "That doesn't sound right. Something's wrong. And what are my options?" And they said, "Well, you can try to change the law."
Wow. Well, Evan has been working to change just that by helping implement the Phoenix Act. Watch this.
The Phoenix Act is there to extend the statute of limitations for domestic violence crimes. So we've added 2 extra years. After doing an immense amount of research on the subject and speaking to experts, reading the CDC reports, visiting the shelters, and now I know that for me, being strong is seeing the pain and walking through it and sitting in it and letting it flow through you and then letting it leave. And it takes sometimes a lifetime to get there. The Phoenix Act is there to acknowledge that time and to tell survivors that we see you, and we're acknowledging that process.
Wow, I love all the amazing work she's doing. Another actress doing great work is Zoe Saldana. She's working closely with the organization This Is About Humanity, which provides humanitarian support to families on both sides of the Mexico-U.S. border. They are dedicated to raising awareness about what families there are going through.
And Zoe shared with us her main inspiration to support this cause.
I think being an American is what compels me. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that we have come to this as a nation. My grandmother arrived from Dominican Republic in 1961, running away from a dictatorship that she was born into. And she landed in New York. And at that time, she felt invited, she felt seen, she felt that America also was handing her all these tools, facilitating all these tools, because they wanted her to win. That's how my grandmother felt. And she just passed away 2 months ago. And she was extremely disappointed and very disheartened with how America is today, because it's not the America that she knew.
So many inspiring women out there. Also in this issue, we're spotlighting Greta Thunberg and the women on the U.S. national soccer team.
To read more on the amazing work of women changing the world, pick up the latest issue of People on newsstands Friday.
So what, Singer just hands the coaches a bag of cash and then they pick your kid? Whether or not your kid actually ever played that sport?
Well, there's Rick Singer's foundation, and that foundation is supposed to provide scholarships for underprivileged children.
But it doesn't.
Apparently not.
Oh my God.
And the parents put money into that foundation, and then the foundation...
Pays the bribes.
Are they bribes?
Yeah, they're kind of bribes. No, they're actually bribes.
Whew, Penelope Ann Miller stars in Lifetime's The College Admissions Scandal movie. She plays a sought-after interior designer who has an obsession with getting her teenager into the best possible college, no matter what the cost. Yes, we've heard this one before. It's been in the headlines, and joining us now is actress Penelope Ann Miller. Welcome. You are so good in this, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And you had to explore a lot of emotions, but when this first came out, this is not the exact story, but it's inspired by the actual college admissions scandals.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. The story is in there for sure, because also Rick Singer, the mastermind behind this whole operation or scam or whatever you want to call it, he's a legitimate college admissions coach. And I know people who used him legitimately.
Right.
But then I guess he also had this other business going on where this foundation and where you could pay extra money,
right. And it kind of blew up because of these big names, Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. And what was your reaction when this all kind of blew up, and the reaction from everyone?
Well, I mean, it was definitely shocking. It was sad. It was fellow actors and all of that, and yeah, it's a really tragic story in a lot of ways, because damage has been done, and obviously with Felicity, there's a lot of remorse, and I've worked with her. She's a wonderful actress. So sure, it's going to be, hard to see that happen to people you know.
And it's crazy, you've worked with Felicity Huffman, so then you're asked to do this project. Was there any hesitation because it's so high profile and going on currently?
Well, I mean, we weren't doing their story. And to me, it's a story, I think, that now that it's exposed, is kind of like the college system is really broken, and I think the pressure to get your kids into the right schools and the best schools, and the status, and also if you have money and wealth, how far do you go? And I also feel like look, they did it. People have done it for years, the legal way, let's say, by donating libraries and wings and everything. But why did those people get a leg up versus ones that really are from a lower income home and who've really struggled and worked hard and done everything by the book? And so it's just kind of one of those things. But I see so much pressure, so much anxiety from kids these days. I know kids who've applied to 22 or more colleges. There's so much fear around it. So I think that's why these parents got so caught up in it, that they would do whatever
Yeah.
it took without realizing, I think, the consequences or seeing how bad it was.
Right. You think they didn't realize that because you were playing a mom, you play a mom in there.
Yeah. Now
and
we're
you kind of have to
fictional
balance
moms.
that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're fictional moms, although there's Rick Singer's a real character in the movie. Maury Tobin is the dad who exposed the scandal. He was being sought after for security fraud and then outed himself and a bunch of other people and a coach, and then the coach got to Rick Singer. So it's all very sort of twisted. So this is what our story is showing, is really who was the mastermind, who were the people, the proctor's real, Mark Rydell in our story. So there's a lot of reality to our story, and it's just we're fictional parents, so it's sort of seeing behind closed doors the fallout between those two families and what could have happened and what happens to my relationship in this movie, for instance, with my son, and you know, Mia Kirshner, you know, her relationship with her daughters. You know, so that to me is also it's a human story.
Yeah, and to prepare, you read actual transcripts of wiretaps the FBI did. What was the most fascinating or shocking thing you learned from that research?
I think, oh my gosh, the wiretapping. There's a great podcast called Gangster Capitalism, and I think, you know, to me, just seeing these people without realizing that they were being, you know, wiretapped, and hearing them talk about this whole thing and this, you know, cheating on test scores and then, you know, the coaching, that's the hard thing. The athletes, the ones that were pretending to be athletes when they're not.
So crazy. What gets you to that point? Isn't it nuts? How do you think you would get away with that?
I don't know. I really don't know. And then I think it's hard when, like, the kids, because I feel like the children in a lot of ways are the victims, really, you know.
Kind of the unwilling victims in some part, but there's some question about that a little bit.
Well, no, and some maybe knew about it, but then what's that teaching your kid too? So it's just, oh my gosh, there's so many layers. I got so emotional when I was making this. I didn't realize how much it would affect me playing this role, and how much I saw the hurt that it does. Not only just, obviously it hit a nerve with people all across the country. It still has. I mean, it's still unfolding. I mean, Rick Singer worked with over 700 families. This is the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
So there's more to be revealed.
There's a lot more.
But it was like what it did to your family, the trust, and that, you know, that to me is so heartbreaking.
And the parents were doing it for themselves as well. I mean, getting your kids into these prestigious schools meant a lot to them. I mean, how did you incorporate that into your role?
Well, I think, you know, sometimes we as parents think we know what's best for our kids, or we think we want them to follow our paths or do what we didn't get to have. And we think, you know, we want to control everything. But we don't realize that sometimes when we think we're helping them, we're hurting them.
Right.
And sometimes they need to make mistakes. Sometimes they need to fail up, you know.
Well, your storyline in particular, your son doesn't really care about college. He wants to do something else.
Yeah, he wants to be a musician, and we're not paying attention. And I think we need to start having conversations with our kids in a different way, finding out who they are. They're different than we are. And by the time they hit 18, they kind of have a sense of themselves a little bit, you know. And I think we need to start, I'm hoping this will be a cautionary tale in a lot of ways, but also like, let's expose something, but let's try and do something positive from it. Let's create a new conversation. Let's fix the system that's maybe broken a little bit.
Well, and you're a mom, so this has to be especially relatable as your own children pursue their careers. You have one daughter that's going into the business.
Well, she just graduated high school, and she's doing, you know, so-called gap year, which they do in Europe all the time. It's normal.
That must be great this year to have done a gap year.
It took a huge weight off of all of us, including my daughter. And because the anxiety and the pressure these kids are under these days is beyond, because I grew up in Los Angeles and in Brentwood, and I've never seen it like this in my life. So, but yeah, she's doing that, and now she's wanting to pursue acting, and she's going to acting school, and she's working at her dance company that she took dance from. So she's doing something, but I also have to stay out of it too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if I start trying to control it and do it, like, you've got to do it my way. Well,
Yeah.
How do you feel seeing her following your footsteps? Does that make you nervous? Is it exhilarating?
No, I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. I mean, she was definitely doing it in high school, and you know, and if this is her dream and this is what my parents always taught me, because I was not an academic person. My older sister was. She loved doing the Ivy League schools and all that, but it wasn't for me. And I was put on academic and social probation my 1 year of college, and then I dropped out, moved to New York, worked at Tavern on the Green and went to acting school, and then I got a
worked out.
Broadway play. It worked out for
What
me.
is your biggest piece of advice for her if she pursues this and she keeps going into this career?
Just to really keep her head on her shoulders, not to get caught up in the fame and fortune of it all, and really to be true to herself, to be an authentic person. I think it's so important to really know who she is and trust her gut and her instincts, and really find those people that she can trust as well, and stay true to that. And you don't need a lot of friends or a lot of fans. You just need to find those core people.
I like that, the close circle.
That believe in you and support you, no matter what, when you're doing well and when you're not doing well. And that's what's so important. But just to be an authentic person and to be a good person.
Yeah.
And to be, an honest person, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm going to ask you the tough question. Are you ready? On your social media, you proudly declare that you've worked with all 3 Godfathers.
Ooh, humble
all
brag.
3 of them, right? Al Pacino
we love
in
it.
Carlito's Way, Robert De Niro in Awakenings, and Marlon Brando in The Freshman. Okay, who's the best Godfather?
Oh my word. Well, they're all tremendous actors, so that is really a tough one because they're all incredible. But you kind of got to go with the original. You got to go with Marlon Brando, and I'm sure they would say the same thing because he's the Godfather.
Do you have a favorite?
Marlon Brando.
Right.
Right.
Do you have a favorite memory
And
you
I-
think of working with him?
My favorite memory was when he was actually trying to imitate me. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding you. And he really did a good job.
What did he draw upon? Like, what was he
He just did
recreating
my
in you?
walk, and he did a whole sassy thing, and
I
he did
wouldn't
a
give for
whole
that.
he is funny. I mean, he was funny, God bless his soul, but he was much funnier than you would think because he always played these he didn't do comedy.
Right.
Really, if you think about it, he was always considered this intense, reclusive guy. And he was actually a real prankster, and he loved to he loved to play games, and he loved to trick people, and he had a great sense of humor.
Do you love to play games? Do you love to
I
play
do.
games?
Guess what? Time for a little game. Wow, good transition there, Brian.
You like to play.
We're playing a little confess-sesh. So all you do, pick a piece of paper from the jar and answer the question for us.
But I don't have my glasses, so
we can read them for
let's
you.
see.
Can we get the Braille version for you?
the
You want us
Braille.
to read it?
Okay, what?
Okay.
I can read it for you, yeah. What's something you would tell your younger self who's just about to get her first acting gig?
Oh, what would I tell my younger self? That was about to get it. Don't take it for granted. Appreciate when you get something, just appreciate it and always be kind to everybody.
Was your
you
first
never
thing Broadway?
know. What?
Was your first one Broadway?
Well, I got a band roll-on commercial, and then I got the guiding light.
Oh, okay.
And then I got
Got it.
Broadway.
I
All
love that. I
right,
wanna see the
next one.
commercial.
What's the coolest thing you've ever stolen from the set of a project that you've worked on?
Oh, the coolest thing. Stolen.
Okay,
Well,
borrowed
borrowed was given.
Borrowed forever. Did you keep any of the
It
outfits?
wasn't in my contract.
Gifted.
Gifted. Probably my gown from The Shadow, but it was in my contract.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's fun. That's good.
Yeah,
All right, it's time for one more. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna laugh so hard. I don't know if it's my biggest one, but it is a weird pet peeve.
Probably just did it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you let me know later. But I hate it when the toilet roll, when it's turned upside down versus up.
It's got to be overhand.
It's gotta be
It's
over.
overhand.
Wait,
I
I don't-
agree.
Yeah,
Really? But
even
why
when I
does
go
it-
to people's houses, I
turn
change
it around,
But
too.
why
Turn it
does it?
around.
Is it not convenient if it's the other way?
Yes,
I don't know.
Right.
It's weird, and then it's hanging down. In a
I don't
weird
think
way.
that's
At least
really
it'll stay over
that
the
big of
top.
a deal.
I
Okay,
think
well,
it's important.
it's just the first one that came to my head because we were going to run out of time.
No, it's valid for sure. Now I'm gonna make sure I do it right. Just
My
for your
daughter
sake.
hates it when I smack my gum, so that's hers.
Okay.
So I'll just mention hers. She's like, Mom, please chew with your mouth closed. Okay.
Hey, thank you so much for coming. We always love having you here. You can catch Penelope Ann Miller in the College Admission Scandal premiering October 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern on Lifetime.
Absolutely should.
All right, the weekend is so close, we can almost taste it. One of my favorite weekend activities has to be brunch, right? Are you a big brunch guy?
The bigger the better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
More of it.
So Jeremy and I enlisted Bachelor Nation bartender Wells Adams to whip up the perfect drink to get us in the brunch state of mind. Check it out.
I think we should make the Svedka Citron Bloody Mary.
All right.
Right?
Oh, you just eyeballing the vodka.
Listen, I'm a professional bartender.
I'm just trying to think of how I would do it, and that's probably close.
I trust Wells.
You know,
me too.
people don't think that I actually make the drinks in Mexico, and it's hurtful. That people think that.
The good thing about Bloody Marys, though, is you can kind of change it up with so many different ingredients, right? Like, I mean, I've had Bloody Marys with like a crab claw.
Yeah.
So you can really get creative.
Well, yeah, and like now, like the most like American millennial thing is to have like a cheeseburger like hanging from it. But
So
anyways,
Worcestershire.
so a little, yes, can you say it?
No, I can't. I never can. Never can.
Worcestershire.
Right, there we go.
Worcestershire sauce.
Do you like a spicy Bloody Mary, or like what's your take?
I mean, it depends on like what your tastes are.
Yeah.
I like spicy, you know, like I'm gonna feel it tomorrow, spicy.
It's really delicious.
I don't like olives. In
Really?
honor of this occasion, I will bite into an olive for the first time in 25 years.
Big moment
Oh my
here.
gosh, this
Here we
is
go,
actually
here we go.
really
Here we
good
go.
food.
Here we go.
No, immediately didn't like it. Immediately out.
Wow.
I don't like that.
Nope, bad move. We tried.
I'm sorry.
I just want to thank you. This is better than I ever imagined.
Really?
Well, well, well. Look who I caught red-handed with your pants down and egg all over your tiny, tiny bush baby face.
Dina, you want some cake?
Okay, when Lauren Ash from Superstore stops by, you know it's gonna be a good time.
She is hilarious, and Lauren is all about meeting her fans, and she told us about some of the more interesting encounters that she's had.
The weirdest ones, and this happens a lot, is people grab you from behind. And that is always unsettling and dangerous for both of us. Because I think anytime as a human, if you get grabbed from behind, you go, I'm being mugged.
You want to punch.
You want to punch. But the funny story about, very quickly, a funny story about this, I know this, and I've been asked this before, I always say the same thing. I'm like, people who grab you without you seeing, it's unsettling. Recently, I saw my friend Sam Richardson, who of course is a star on Veep, and I did exactly to him what I'm telling you now is the weirdest, and I was like, excuse me, sir, and he literally was like hauled off to punch me, and like ended up accidentally hitting me in the boob. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot you were from Detroit. I forgot that like you're on edge and you can fight.
Oh my gosh, she looks gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to watching a TV show, though, everyone has their favorite character.
So we asked Lauren who her Superstore fave is. Check it out.
I'm gonna have to say Sandra. You know, it was so exciting. She got bumped up to a series regular, Kaliko, going into this season. And the stuff she's got this season is just so heartbreakingly Sandra. It's some real good stuff coming.
Peak Sandra.
Peak Sandra. Oh, it's peak Sandra for sure.
Oh, good.
Her in the last night's episode on the engagement party, it was just so sad.
So last season, we finally meet Dina's birds,
Yeah.
and then she loses them.
In the same episode.
I know.
What a travesty.
It really is.
To the fans.
Yeah,
They're
no,
begging
really.
for it. For 4 seasons now, they're begging for it. We're like, here you go, just
And
kidding.
gone, right.
You know
5
Dina really
seconds.
well. How is she going to be able to get over this?
Look, I don't know if she ever will recover from this. I think it's just under the surface for her. Obviously, in the season premiere this season, we saw that she is still very angry at Garrett, and justifiably so. Yeah, I'm curious to see if she ever does recover fully.
I mean, what kind of love interest does Dina need? What is she looking for?
I think just maybe somebody simple, like a Major League Baseball player or like a, I don't know, underwear model. I may be speaking for me. And
Yeah, right. I was wondering if you two were sharing tastes here, seeming like maybe a projection of...
No, oh my gosh. Listen, I'm always excited about any prospect of a love interest because I think that she is such a funny character that it would be great. I've often said I would love to see the guy who makes Dina shy. Like, she's never shy. She's always confident. Like, who's the guy that could make her be like, I don't know.
Like meets her match, yeah.
Right. I think that would be really fun.
On a sad note, Superstore star Linda Porter passed away in September at the age of 86.
So in her honor, we asked Lauren to share her favorite memory of Linda with us. Watch.
Listen, Linda was like, she's like 2'3". She's the tiniest woman. She would come in every day with so much enthusiasm, so much excitement. I've said before, I don't think anyone loved our show more than her. She brought a giant ray of light with her. But the first time she was on, my favorite memory of her was we were doing a pizza party scene, and she made the choice to eat a piece of pizza in the scene. And for people who don't realize, we shoot every scene many, many times. So anything you do once, you're going to do about 45 times.
Yeah.
And so someone came to her and kind of gently reminded, hey, just so you know, you're going to have to match that. And she's like, I'm aware. And that lady ate that pizza.
Like pizza after pizza
gone
after
through
pizza.
3 pizzas. And I was just like, again, the teeniest little human ate so much pizza.
Oh,
She
that's
is
a good
going to
memory.
be so missed, truly.
Lauer Nash is a busy woman. She's currently working on a number of projects like Netflix's She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and she's got season 5 of Superstore out now.
But one of her projects has yet to be officially announced, but Lauren told us all about it anyway. Is this an exclusive? I think so. You're gonna wanna listen up for this one. You have a podcast coming out.
Yes!
Right?
Congrats.
Thank you, guys. I'm announcing it here. Nobody knows about
What?
this.
Here we go.
This is the moment, right
Ladies
now.
and gentlemen.
Well,
all right.
yeah. What are you gonna be talking about?
So the podcast is called Giving It Up for Less. It's a podcast about oversharing. You guys know this. You've known me for years now. I'm an open book. I tend to share more about my life than I probably should to basically anyone who will listen. And so a friend of mine was like, why don't you do a podcast? And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. So I'm so excited. We've been recording episodes. We're going to start releasing them October 22nd. That's the official launch date. The first episode will hit. There's friends of mine from my personal life that are going to come on there that fans will recognize from my Instagram and whatnot. And then I've also got celebrity friends. I've also got celebrity new friends that I've never met before coming on. It's a whole lot of fun.
What topics specifically are you talking about? Are you talking about dating? Because those are my favorite stories from you.
Listen, here's the deal. Every week there's a different topic, but inevitably it always comes back to that. And there was one day where literally I was like 30 seconds into recording and then I'm into some dating story. And I was like, I promised myself I wasn't going to do this.
Honestly, whenever I see her at parties or anything, we talk about her crazy dating stories. So I can't wait. All right, to wrap up our chat with Lauren, we played a round of guilty or innocent. And I don't think anyone was surprised that Lauren landed on guilty for pretty much everything.
She's guilty of regifting, believing in aliens, being starstruck, but the last question led us to a pretty interesting convo. Take a look.
Guilty or innocent of Googling yourself?
Guilty. We all do it.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you read about yourself that maybe was untrue?
Well, WikiFeet. Have we talked about that before?
Andrea's on there.
Yeah, we all are, and it's terrifying. But you know what I will say is that they have my shoe size wrong. They've estimated it a lot smaller than my actual shoe size is, and so I was actually quite.
Should we clarify?
Is your ranking good or?
I think I have a 4.5.
Oh, that's
Out
pretty good. That's
of-
pretty
Out
good.
of
Out of 5.
five.
Oh, that's
what's
really
yours?
good. Mine's up there too.
Like-
Yeah.
Even though my feet are way worse than people think they are.
Wait, what's your real size?
I'm a size 10. I've got a large lady foot, but they have me at an 8.5, and I was like, my gosh, I'm doing something right because they're looking much smaller.
It is really weird when all of a sudden, like, they'll grab just screen grabs of you want to interview maybe now, and they'll be on
Maybe
WikiFeet,
it's
and then
happening right now.
It's happening.
Get those screenshots. Oh, we had to do the zoom in. You know what? She does have really great feet, though. Did this just turn creepy? I don't know, Brian. What do you think?
Little,
All
I'm
right,
looking
everyone.
down. What
She
did
was
it
a
look
happy
like?
sport. Okay, be sure to check out new episodes of Superstore airing every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on NBC. All right, on to this. Jessie Reyes is a breakout singer-songwriter who's worked with Eminem and Calvin Harris. She now has a new single out called Far Away. Take a listen.
I feel what you feel when you're far away.
This is so powerful. The song highlights the impact of immigration policies on immigrant families. And Jessie joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is an incredible song, a really powerful video, really powerful imagery. What was it like emotionally to write this song and make this video?
Honestly, like the song, and the inception of the song was literally just black and white about long distance love, just the most basic thing. And it was me and the 2 producers, Vegan and Rosario, which are amazing. And then after the song was made, the one line, the government wants us to break up, kept sticking out to me.
Yeah.
And so then when we were making the video, I was really fortunate to work with Peter Huang, who's like one of my favorite directors. And I challenged him and I was like, listen, I know this song can be considered just a black and white long distance love song, but I want the video to be viscerally connected to that line so that we can play on both sides of the spectrum and be this love song, but then juxtaposed with something that's real life, that's hurting a lot of people, that's giving a lot of trauma to a lot of kids, and that could have a better solution than what people are doing right now.
Yeah, and it makes such a great statement. What upsets you the most about the current climate of immigration in America?
That oftentimes it's wrongful persecution.
Yeah.
And that, like what I said, it's going to be a lot of trauma for a lot of kids, and then I feel like 20 years down the line, 25 years down the line, then those kids are going to get blamed for the trauma, but of the like scenarios that they were put in because of other people's actions, and then it's just gonna perpetuate more Latino stereotypes that are against us already, just deeper.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. Well, and it's Hispanic Heritage Month right now, and you're first generation. Your parents are Colombian, and then you moved to Canada, and then you were in Miami for a little while. First of all, what do you think is important for people to know about Hispanic Heritage Month all year?
All year?
Yeah, like what do you think is important for people to know?
Man.
What was your experience like? Because were you in Miami? I mean, did you have people reacting to you simply for what you looked like or what your family background was?
Well, of course. I mean, it's easy. When you're brown skin, it's easy to feel that, right? And no matter where you are, whether it's in Canada, whether it's obviously a lot less in Toronto because there's so much different cultural influences.
Isn't that interesting?
It's cool, but I've definitely experienced it before. But I think that like something that maybe someone that wasn't really immersed in the Latino culture, I'd love for them to know that family is a big thing, and that love and like familial love is a big thing, and it matters to us a lot, and that a lot of the stereotypes that people perpetuate aren't necessarily true for everybody.
And that importance is something we should all be placing on our own lives, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even the family that family isn't even always blood. There's also friends that make you better and friends that you make better.
Yeah, so you did notice things, in Miami and also just being here, and obviously it's horrible, and I love that you're bringing this to light in your videos. You've also had you've had a lot of odd jobs in the past.
Yeah.
You also were busking on the street, on the beach. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult.
What is busking? Explain that.
Busking is just playing on the street. Like, if you don't have an opportunity performing on the street, playing guitar on the street, singing on the street. It's interesting and it's difficult, and it definitely makes your skin a lot thicker because time is like a commodity. Like for you to get a stranger to give you a minute, 2 minutes of their time, whether or not they put $1 in your like guitar case, it's a lot. It matters and it's difficult to do. So I feel like it made me a better performer because it made me just cognizant of, oh, you need to work for someone's time, for someone's interest, for someone to be willing to share this moment with you and be almost intimate with the stranger for like a minute.
Right.
You know? So it's cool, but it's you don't make a lot of money, so it definitely makes your skin a lot thicker.
Yeah, what's been one of the more crazy or odd jobs that you've had in the past?
Everything. Like babysitting. I used to be a cashier at Sobeys, which is like Canadian Publix.
And there's a funny story I saw you did in an interview where you got fired because you ended up, can you please tell this story? Because I thought it was so funny.
So I used to, which one? I got fired a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When were you showed up back to the grocery store, right?
So stupid as a teen, like the stupidest thing. Cause I used to, like I had 3 days aside designated for dance that they knew I couldn't be scheduled into work. And then dance was canceled, so I wasn't gonna call in and be like, hey, dance is canceled, like I can work for you. I was like, hell no, I'm taking my day off. But it was the closest food store and I was hungry and I was on rollerblades and I was like 15. You're just dumb, you're just not thinking.
Right.
So
you went and got food there.
So they saw you there.
I went and got food there, yes. I went and got food there. I thought it was brilliant. I felt like Einstein and I was like, this is a great idea. And I got it, and then I went home, and then I got a call from one of the managers. But at that point, like, I was working there, and I was writing songs on receipts. I wasn't really present. I was absent because my head was always always going back to music. But I got a call from the manager, and she was like, it doesn't seem like you want to work here. And I was like, you're right.
If you had pulled it off, it would be an amazing story, but it's an even better story where you are now.
I also wonder what that manager thinks now.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I fired her, and look where she's now.
Yeah, she probably still thinks I'm just irritated. She probably hears the music, like, of course.
Yeah, but you're right. You go from writing songs on receipts to having some amazing music, collaborations. Can we talk about you worked with Eminem? What was that like? This was his Kamikaze album, right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Crazy. I was, not for nothing, I'm often like chill anytime that I work with people. Because even as a songwriter, there's often times that I'm blessed to be in the room with legends.
Started?
He had seen me perform on a late night show and called up his manager, Rosenberg, and was like, yo, this girl. And then Rosenberg was like, you think that's dope? Because he watched Gatekeeper, which is the song that I wrote a long time ago. And he sent him figures, and he was like, I want to work with her. But a few months passed where things just didn't connect, and his daughter is the one who went and like brought it back to him and was like, yo, you need to link up with Jessie because she's not going to be available for a long time. Like, she's not going to be available much anymore. And we got together in the studio, and when I met him, I like hugged him, and then you could audibly hear my exhale, like one of these like one of those. so I was kind of nervous. And then we got in the studio and we got to work.
Yeah, that's amazing.
cool.
And you're really busy. You have a new album coming out next year. What can you tease about that for fans?
I'm playing a lot with the idea of the characteristics of love and the characteristics of death and switching them. So how, for example, love, we look at it so positively, right? When you find the love of your life, but when you find the love of your life, you're basically meeting the person that's gonna hurt you the most, because this person now has your heart in their hand, and one of two things can happen. Either you guys date and fall in love and you break up now because of cheating or because of whatever, or you guys make it 80 years down the line and you find the love of your life, but then one of you dies. So regardless, it's inevitable that we have to face goodbye. That's the sad side of love, and then the happy side of death is that if we keep mortality on our shoulder every day, then we might be more aware to make those moments more present.
Yeah, wow, you are telling some powerful stories. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure to check out Jesse's new song and music video, Far Away. It's out now, and keep a lookout for a new album coming out next year. All right, coming up tomorrow, we'll be bringing you all the highlights from the premiere of the new series Modern Love. I'm hitting up the red carpet tonight.
Plus, we're talking with Aaron Paul about the much-anticipated El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. Can't wait for that.
Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Patricia Heaton. Bye.
Hi, I'm Patricia Heaton, and this is One Last Thing. The last song stuck in my head is Sunday Best by Surfaces.
Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
My last big splurge was probably these platform shoes I'm wearing right now. The last book I read, I'm still actually plowing through it, is the William Manchester biography of Winston Churchill, 3 volumes.